Is it me?
It's not me.
Okay. I'll mute me then.
Hey!
Good
Hello.
evening, everyone.
Good evening. Welcome to the very first episode of the Creepers Lab podcast. I'm really excited for all of this to be happening, and I think there it is. Just put the logo up. See, I knew I had it.
Will show up within a few seconds.
Yep. So, before we begin with all of our doodad and hoodahs and saying things, I would like to give a very special thanks to Zircon, or Mr. Andrew Aversa, for providing the music for tonight's show, which you probably just heard. So, we'll get started, I guess, now. So,
Hello.
Yeah. Say hi, everybody. Doc's already said hi.
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
I said hi.
Hello,
Awesome.
everybody.
Here.
So the first thing
So if
Yeah.
anyone's wondering, I'm Dr. Cossack.
that is Dr. Cossack, and he has a beautiful voice. I'm not sucking up. Oh, well, I kind of am.
It's like music with a French accent.
Which makes it better.
I still don't buy it.
Yes.
Flattery will get you nowhere.
That's okay. I wasn't looking to go anywhere.
Well, I kind of want to go to France, but no, not even France. I want to go to Canada. So the first thing I have for us to talk about is the big problem that's going on right now with Bukkit and Spigot. If you guys have been following that, Spigot has had a DMCA with one of its former developers, and he's targeted and taken it down for no longer for public use. So, what are
For
you?
those
what
of
are
us
you-
that,
Oh.
just so you know, a DMCA is basically like a cease and desist.
Yeah,
So all downloads for Bukkit are currently just down,
yeah,
and
Gone.
it's really
Exactly.
yeah. It's
So
really
it's not only
for a lot of
Bukkit, because it's Spigot too. So yeah, with Spigot and both Bukkit down, it means that unless people have already downloaded the files or obtained them from someone else, just no one can start a Minecraft server at the moment,
yeah.
which is a bit of a problem.
yeah, or update one.
There are other ways of starting a server, of course,
Yeah, but we
Oh,
like
of course, you can.
besides Spigot and
Yeah, I like the way we Spigot on the server.
yeah. Home sweet home.
Yep. Um,
Yeah, it's obviously it's a much more flexible option too, because you get a lot of plugins. Because you can start a server with straight up vanilla Minecraft as provided by Mojang themselves. But the catch is that server doesn't allow you to install any plugins or extra tools or anything. So you get a rather bare bones experience compared to what most people are used to nowadays.
yeah, that
And while Minecraft is a whole lot of fun to play, without any plugins whatsoever, the risks on a server are insane. Like, I've been on so many that were vanilla that had constant rollbacks and corrupt files, and like, you lose what you make, and this shit doesn't have anywhere near the amount of reliability that a Bukkit has.
Yeah, I would have to agree on that. I've done just straight vanilla servers myself, and you just get angry with it. I've gotten angry many a times with it.
Yeah,
So-
it's
Yeah,
definitely
it's
a
very-
challenge,
definitely
but it's also. But yeah, part of the problem is also that people sometimes just jump at the new version straight away. Compared to what I do on the Creepers Labs, that I wait before releasing each update, takes a while sometimes, but make sure that the code available is much more stable and avoids rollback and stuff like that, as much as possible anyway.
Yeah,
Totally worth it. We've never had a serious, crazy rollback, so it's
Yeah, I've
good.
never had a problem with rollbacks on Creepers Lab. And honestly, I think the wait to update is just, it makes players more excited whenever we actually get to the update itself.
Yeah, there's that too, because it adds a period of wait, so people just, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Yeah, and while I know people are really big on the, I want to update, I want to update, I want to update, I think it's good for us to wait. Because right now, 1.8, they pushed it to get it out quickly. They wanted to get it out as quick as they could. And so they really didn't put a lot of stability on there, in my opinion. I've played with it, and I've just had multiple problems.
really, I haven't
Well, the catch is-
played on it yet. So I
No,
don't
the-
even, I know
the-
there's new big.
I wouldn't say they rushed it, because at that point, the 1.8 is the release that took the most time to release, actually, because it's been 9 months since 1.7. It's the longest update since the start of Minecraft itself. But, as usual, they did rush it near the end because, well, we're ready and screw testing, we're good.
Yeah, and I think that honestly did more to hurt the server, if anything. Well, not the server, but the game. I didn't mean to say server.
No.
Uh,
And we got a comment on the chat from Wind about that. He says that, just lost it, sorry, that the worst part of the problem we had with rollbacks is whenever we're building the Transoceanic in the first place and the server kept eating entire chunks that we worked for. Because a buggy update meant that the server didn't save properly the work we were doing. So whenever, as soon as we left the area or just restarted the server, poof! Hours of work gone in an instant. So that was
I remember
annoying.
that happening.
the
Yeah, we
Transiosh-
donated a lot of cobble, and then it just kept. It was like twice as much work for Doc and Corey because for Windrider because they just had to keep redoing it, and it was frustrating because
Yeah.
at one point I remember you guys got really close, and then it was like, nope, and you had to redo a big chunk. And Selzabar and Townsend, oh my god, some crazy rollbacks happened up there.
Yeah, personally, I've never had a burp eat any of my area, which honestly, I'm kind of glad that hasn't happened, and you know, I'm right next to spawn, so that helps.
Yeah, well,
No,
Spawn has always been pretty stable, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, considering the amount of traffic it gets with players coming in and out and being a major transport hub, it's been very stable. I think Townsend has had more problems overall. Not a lot, mind you, but just a few more issues at times.
Yui
Yeah,
says hi.
there's been quite a few over here.
Yeah,
Cause, oh hi Yui, there's been rollbacks, and then there was massive amounts of lag that we thought were caused by, like, at first we thought it was stuff that was built in the area. We got rid of that. There was still massive lag. Recently though, like since I came back, there's it's been a lot better. So like you can actually go through Townsend without like horrible debilitating lag, which is really just a wonderful thing.
yeah. Whenever
Yeah, definitely, there was the... Go ahead, Mikey.
whenever I first visited Townsend, it was just it ate me. It ate my computer up. It was bad. I couldn't use Townsend. And then
Yeah.
recently, it's just been a lot. It has been a lot better, in my opinion.
Yeah, there
I've
was a
never
critical
experienced-
spot in front of the train station that people kept tripping over, and that just eventually settled down, make a lot of difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a quick question because I never found this out. When did the what update did the Transoceanic actually get built in?
Oh boy, which update? That was almost 2 years ago now, during summer
Yeah.
mostly, but it was
I know that
before.
was being. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just trying to think of it, but it was sometime before 1.5, since 1.5 was released afterwards after Minecon, and it must have been somewhere around 1.3, I believe.
Wow.
Wow, yeah.
That was when
Yeah.
Rails first came out, wasn't it?
Oh no, the Rails came out back in
No.
beta. That was
No,
past the
he's
release.
talking about 1.3 as in after the full Minecraft release, not 1.3 beta. Oh god, that
Oh,
was a long.
okay.
That was
Yeah.
before I even joined. That was before I even played Minecraft at all.
Because I knew the
Yeah,
server
no,
so
that's
was.
about when I started Minecraft.
Yeah, because I knew the server was
that's all.
open back in the beta days. I just, yeah, that was my assumption that it was around 1.3 or 1.4 whenever it came out. Whenever Rails were just getting really big to use. Because whenever I was playing 1.2, I just really didn't like Rails. Well, that was my
Yeah,
personal
Rails came
preference.
out in early beta, but we started the server on the 1.9 beta. That was much later than that.
So, moving on from the Spigot thing, because we kind of got off that topic.
Yeah.
I want to talk about some server events that we have planned. Is there anything that Doc has planned, or we planning on doing a Spider Dome this weekend, or something fun?
For the next weekend, there's nothing specific planned because there was a weather event last weekend, of course, and this one I've been more focused on starting up and running the contest so far. So I don't have anything planned on the way, but that gives me a chance to plug something. That Skrillex wants to organize some events, kind of end of contest party next month in October, and he's looking for suggestions on what to actually do. So he's made a topic on the forums that you can read and reply to if you've got ideas, or he put a chest in Nether Central Station where you can throw in suggestions as well.
Yeah, and for players watching and that are registered on the forums, there is a forum topic for the podcast, so if you want to go in there and post suggestions, I'll go through them and I'll pick a couple to talk about for our next episode. So if you have anything you really want to see or get talked about that you think is interesting, throw it on there and we'll look at it. That's my little spiel there.
Yep, suggestions and comments welcome, of course.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Wind. He said I'm not going to use the word he used, but he said he put the stream out on the Facebook page, so thank you for that, Wind.
Yep, thank you.
So, anybody got some new big projects going on besides the contest, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But any projects?
I have been working on what I want to be my final actual base that I run everything at for myself, because I've been moving around all over the map since I began. So there's that.
Yeah. I've been working on my big storage system that I think most everybody has seen by now. And originally when it first got built, because it got built a while ago, it just I didn't get it moved and used until a few weeks ago. But it was originally called the Mammoth just because of the sheer size of it. And it was massive. It still is massive. And there's room for expansion too.
Wow. I know Blue Hens and I are going to work on something on Selzabar starting pretty soon. We've been writing up hints and things like that, and we're going to make a scavenger hunt on Selzabar. That people are gonna
the
have
scavenger hunt idea is still going. I remember you talked about that before.
I just hadn't been online for so long that it didn't happen. There's been a lot going on offline. But yeah, he and I have started writing up hints, and it's going to be a situation where we make people go in teams. There's going to be a prize for the winner. They have to find stuff on Selzabar, and they have to bring it back. It's going to be named items, so that they can't get get fake things. You know, you got to find a certain item with this name. And yeah, I think it'll be kind of cool.
If it's
All right, now
teams,
is that gonna?
If it's teams, I want to be on Doc's team. Because it's Doc. Doc, I want to be on your team.
No favoritism.
So is this just going to be only on Selzabar then, or?
Well, for at least my scavenger hunt, it's only going to be on Selzabar. If other people want to make one, they can. But I wanted to, because there's all kinds of silly things going on Selzabar that people don't even think about. Did you know we have the 3 pigs at their houses? We have a straw house, a wooden house, and a brick house.
Are they pigmen or just pigs?
They're just little piggies, and they're actually chilling inside the houses. And we're gonna. I want to do this, but wolves are so glitchy. I want to just chain a wolf up outside the house.
Legio.
With a sign that says I'll huff and I'll puff. No, leads don't work, because then they can still glitch and end up next to you. They're thousands of chunks away. It always happens to me. So it's just not reliable. I don't have any pets. I don't have cats or dogs because they're so glitchy.
I have a real cat. I have 6 of them. I'm a lonely person.
Oh geez.
We don't have any pets. I have stuffed animals.
Did Doc just meow?
I think Doc did just meow.
He did. Oh my lord. He just meow.
Was that Doc?
There's a cat. I don't. What was it? Me?
No,
think
it's
Doc.
Doc is meowing right now.
That sounds like a French Canadian meow. That.
It is a French
Well,
Canadian.
with what accent do you think the local cats meow?
Doc, do you
Cats
have
do
a
meow
cat we
with
can listen
accent.
to?
No, I don't have any cats at home,
Oh,
so that's why I do my own cat.
then,
Aw,
how, did,
that's so
then how
sad.
did you test science with a cat? Did you use
That's
like
what happened to his cat. He used to
Oh.
have one, and then science.
you
Science
scienced
happened.
your cat again, Doc?
Oh, don't science your cat, Doc.
Did you drop
But
yourself?
no, but Rose is correct. I used to have a cat at home, which I don't anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Keep your cat guy Doc.
Oh, it's been several years now.
I can send you a cat. If you want a cat, I can take pictures and you can pick which cat you want.
Oh my god, he's gonna send you a cat, but it's gonna be like Schrodinger's cat, because it'll be in a box. And you have no idea what you're getting when it gets there.
Nice.
We're not
And
gonna
it's
talk.
like, it's gonna be, instead of meow, it's just gonna go brains, because it's a zombie cat.
How do we always? How do we manage to get this off topic? So
I don't know. I try not to
Topics are
ask
for
myself to
swears.
sleep at night.
you know, it happens. So, another thing that I wanted to talk about, if you guys looked into it, was the scholarships for gamers. And I just thought that was one of the neatest things I saw on the news lately. Because usually gamers aren't recognized as actual, like, athletes, but it takes a lot of, well, I feel it takes a lot of coordination and logic to play games.
I mean, I've heard a lot
Oh.
about that, and I know some kids that got it that got scholarships for being in Smash Brothers tournaments and things like that. But I don't know what other games you would get it for. Like, I know tournaments like Smash Brothers, DDR. I've seen people get scholarships.
seen
Like
that.
in real life, I know people. Like,
It's
so
MOBAs
that's,
that are the big thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but according to the site that I pulled, the last year League of Legends gamers competed for $1 million in a national championship tournament. Just think about that, $1 million for playing and being good at a video game. And
Yeah, but
And
I
wasn't
mean,
that
it's
in
not-
League of Legends?
yeah, it was League of Legends.
But it's not
Yeah,
just
it's
being in the
crazy.
video game. It's practicing constantly. It's being better than a bunch of other people that practice constantly. I mean, and not just that, you gotta pay for the equipment. Like, my computer can't handle League of Legends, and you can't be very good at a video game like that if you don't have the equipment. So it's an investment. It's time and energy put in. It is like a sport. And I think you should be able to get recognized for something you put that much time and energy and money into.
Yeah. Also, one thing that they put on there is that they have been offering foreign players athlete visas to enter the country to come play for them. I just think...
Seriously?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Last year,
That's
the U.S.
intense.
began recognizing esport players.
Ay, qué cosita tan linda.
Well, with the visas and stuff, that's like sports team importing players from other countries to play in the professional leagues at that point.
Yeah, it's...
It shows you that there's actual goals and a will to win if you go that far, because it's costly to bring people from other countries.
Yeah, because on Twitch, I know League of Legends is the biggest game out there.
Yeah, like 24/7
Oh.
too.
You can watch it anytime you want, at all hours of the night. Or day. Whichever.
Yeah, definitely. It's a game, I haven't played it, never, and I don't expect to. But the point is that it just pops up everywhere. Lots of people are playing it. It's big and it's not fading. It's not a fad anymore. So I can see why
Yeah.
professional leagues would show up with big time prizes and stuff.
My younger brother will have his friends come over, and they'll sit and watch Let's Players do, like, League of Legends, and they'll, like, study it, like, oh, this is his strategy, and that's a good idea, that was a stupid move, that's gonna end up getting him killed, like, and they study it, like, you know, it's more than he puts into school, it's more, and he never cared about sports, this is his thing, and and there's nothing wrong with that, and it's so nice that people are being recognized, and like this is their thing, and they're not getting, like, I've been made fun of so many times. Oh, you're a gamer. Where's that gotten you? But nowadays, that hobby and that interest can get you recognition, and it's just really nice to know that.
Yeah, it really is a neat thing to see happening. I think it's going to get people really far now. I think it's going to inspire people to play more games and do things like
It's
that.
definitely showing that the industry's growing too.
Definitely, it shows that
Yeah.
the industry is gaining a level of maturity, and it's just not a hobby for kids or whatever people used to think about it. Now we're speaking about college grade stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and not just that. Like, everything is more widespread. Like, I was in New York City, and there was a guy holding a sign that said, "Those damn Steam sales," and he was trying to get people to give him money. People were laughing and pointing at the sign. Obviously, they got the reference, so they know about Steam. Like, Steam is not a small thing. Everybody plays these games.
Oh yeah, I have Steam. I check Steam almost daily to see if I can get a new game. So, if I see a deal on Steam, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm on top of that.
Yeah, like, all of my friends, if they see a game that I like and they see it on a crazy sale, I get like 5 texts on my phone. Hey, did you hear Steam is having a sale on Sims? Like, and everybody, and you got like
Sims.
wish lists and stuff. It's cool. It's a cool community.
Yeah. I know Fish was trying to say something, or at least he did, but I didn't hear it.
Multiple times, but that's alright.
Sorry,
So-
dude.
So go ahead if you had
No.
something to say.
Well, just now I was just laughing at Sims.
Oh, yeah, that happens a lot.
Being a hater.
Yeah. So for this stream, we only have one lonely question, and it's from Cag, or the Cag, and he asks, magnets, how do they work? Who wants to take a stab at that one?
I'll do.
Next.
From what I heard from the internet, from years of browsing, looking around, searching for information, looking for the truth at the core of everything in our lives, what the internet has told me about magnets is that you need to ask the Mormons. Apparently, their online chat is very tuned to our answering magnet-related questions, and they're looking forward to explaining that to everyone who asks.
Oh my god.
I
That was
don't,
made so much better by your accent. That was phenomenal.
it's funny because we were the other night on the server, it was like 3 in the morning Saturday night, and we started talking about Mormonism. And it just came out of
That-
nowhere.
There's a guy on the server named Mormon Moo.
Yes.
Most people call him Mormon Jesus
Mormon
because his
Jesus.
skin is Jesus.
Mormon Jesus!
That is, yes, that is my best friend Matt in real life. And it was really funny when he started the server because people were like, "Oh, Mormon, do you have 6 wives?" And he's like, "No, I have 6 cats," and that was pretty hilarious. But he's not Mormon at all, and it was funny. His mom got really upset when he made that username because he's actually Jewish. But when
Oh
he
my
started
God.
Minecraft, they told him. When he started Minecraft, we started on a server that was before creative mode, so we were giving everything to ourselves. So I told him, make a name that's easy to type. So he made Mormon Moo because it was easier to type, and that just became a thing. So he's had like Jesus skins. He's had Jesus as a pig skins. He's or as a cow rather. Like he's just, I don't know if you guys have seen the top of his base, but I found a pixel rendering for him, and that's the only pixel art he's ever made. He made a cow.
Oh my god.
So that's yeah. So like
Yeah, the cow is
that-
superb on the map too.
yeah, it's oh my god, because it's laying down. It's not like any of the standing up art we have. So it's creeptastic also. It's just a creepy picture.
A creeptastic, I like that one.
Yeah, it's oh wow, that would actually work for a lot of things on Creepers Lab.
It really would.
He's yeah, creeptastic. Start using that.
Like we had Space, the final creepateer. said earlier.
Creeper. That's awesome.
I have no
Ooh.
clue where that came from either.
I don't
Well,
know.
somebody
I
like-
haven't heard that one.
Really? You were on and talking during it.
About what?
Well, you were on and you commented on it because you yelled space and then Yui was like the final creepateer. Somebody. It had an op name next to it. I assumed it was him because it's usually him.
Alright. Alright,
I
that
love
thing.
that-
Okay, sorry. Confuse that with something else.
Yep.
My girlfriend actually has the Space Core sound bites on her iPod. So every once in a while we'll be listening to music in the car and all we'll hear is space. Wanna go to space, wanna go to space, wanna go to space.
Oh, we want sound bites? I have Doc yelling "Woo Party" on an infinite loop. If you
Oh,
want to talk about
please.
sound bites.
That is awesome but slightly unnecessary. That's crazy.
It is
That was-
slightly unnecessary, but it makes everything so much better.
Well, the thing is, for those watching, or someone listening to the podcast later, and you don't know, the Who Party that you hear whenever you level up each 5 levels, that's me speaking up. So you
Yeah.
got my personal voice accompanying you on your killing, digging, smelting sprees, and going Woo Party every 5 levels.
So, I never actually heard the story of why that happened. Well, I kind of heard a little bit of it. You were, someone got banned and you yelled "Woo Party," and that's all I've heard about it. That's all I've ever heard about
I
it.
want to hear the story
So
from
I
Doc.
kind of want to turn this over to Doc and have him tell a story.
Story
Honestly-
time! Yay!
Story time. Honestly, I don't even remember in which context it was said. I know I was in a voice chat, I think it was with Corey, Sven, Anon, the 4 of us on Skype, talking about random stuff, and at some point I just happened to say "Woo Party" out of context or whatever, and then when turned around to the others later on and said, guys, I've got a perfectly clean recording of Doc saying "Woo Party," and I'm going to send it over to you. And it spread out that way from there.
I've been watching the chat, and Sven said you don't need to know, no trash talking other players on stream. We don't, and then Corey went on to say we don't talk about that, but tell the bus station story.
Oh my god.
No, the bus station story is not appropriate for this podcast, so I'm sorry, I'm not telling that one on the air.
That is a rated R story.
I'm gonna have to hear that
pretty
after
much,
we're
yes.
done. I'm really
Yeah,
gonna have
after
to hear
maybe,
that.
but that's part of the legend that you tell around the campfire or something, but not on the air if you're trying to sound at least a tiny bit professional.
Wait, we have a campfire?
I
Since when?
wish. Sven, get
Is it an
online and build
imaginary
us a nice campfire with chairs.
Smug face. Oh man, I enjoy reading the chat. So, that's everything I have listed except for one last thing. And it's
Oh,
the special thing that Doc told me, just put special thing, because I have no idea what he meant by it. So it just
No,
says...
that's the part where that's the part where I pull a Steve Jobs and go, oh, and one more thing at the end of a presentation.
So go on,
So,
Steve Jobs.
there's the- Alrighty. No, not Steve Jobs. I have an Android phone. And I don't
have
wear
one too.
Turtlenecks.
I don't support Apple at all. My school made me buy an iPad, so that's the only reason I have one.
Okay,
It
no
means
more
you-
comments about Apple because if Andrew listens to the podcast, we're done for. So, moving on.
Yeah.
So, there's the thing. If I make a link with what we talked about early on, the troubles with Bucket and Spigot. One of the end troubles of that is that there's no server available for 1.8 and won't be for a while. The catch is because Mojang hasn't even answered what was supposed to happen related to that, and I can only guess they've been quiet because one, it involves lawyers and laws and stuff, so you don't want to speak publicly not to ruin your case, And there's the fact that the Microsoft acquisition was underway too, which is a separate topic, but happened at right the same time. So they haven't talked about that. Then point is there won't be a 1.8 server available for Bukkit or Spigot or whatever project comes replacing that, like Sponge, for a while. So I was thinking, we've got a bunch of players here, regular players are very, I don't know how to put it, but very loyal to the server because they keep coming back, like the environment, the community, everything else. At the same time, it becomes difficult to attract new players because all the new players look for 1.8 servers. Of course, it's been released weeks ago, that's what they want to play. So to keep us, the current community, going, while at the same time being able to grow up and keep the community running with incorporating new players at the base, I will be launching a separate 1.8 server under the banner of the Creepers Lab in the coming weeks.
That was a
Okay.
sad
Thank you
clap.
for
I'm holding in my
Yeah, it's-
screen.
Mute your mic and
That's
then
pretty
scream.
cool.
Yeah, that
You know he's gonna scream like a little girl, like eep.
he probably is screaming like a little girl right now, and he can probably hear us.
No, I'm screaming
because-
so loud. It's at a pitch where you guys can't even hear it. My mic won't pick it
There's
up.
like dogs in the area that are screeching in pain.
They're like, what?
I
It's the call of
I
the
just made
wild.
both my dogs pass out.
So you heard it here first. We are, well, not we are, but Doc is launching our very own 1.8 Creepers Lab server. So are you
and
gonna,
it's coming. Go ahead.
whenever we the bucket slash spigot thing finally gets figured out, are you gonna add that world file as a separate world in the trans hub?
Exactly, that's the point. I'm launching the separate server so it runs on 1.8 and it's got all the limitations, so it won't have an online map or multiple worlds or whatever. But that thing will run separately, and once we have a stable server version, are able to migrate the main survival server to it, the new separate server will be merged in as an extra world reachable through the trans hub in Central.
I think that's,
That's
gonna,
pretty cool.
yeah, I think that's gonna,
And I think you go first.
I think it's just gonna help the community grow a lot. I think it'll just help people get the news. Hey, we're hip, we're cool. Even though I'm 16 and I say hip and cool still.
You know what? I just think it's a phenomenal fix to a tough problem. Because, I mean, it's not like we're going to be able to update for a while. And we'll get the new people, and they'll be a part of the community. And even though they can't be a part of, like, I know there's going to be, I'm going to switch back and forth.
Oh yeah,
And,
I am
So
definitely
we'll
going to
meet
be
the
on
new
1.8.
people.
So.
I want to make a
and
giant
they'll
flying machine.
join- yeah, so they'll be joining us. And then once the rest of the server updates, we'll already have that built-in community. And it will just grow exponentially. I think it's a really cool idea.
And I think if we
Exactly.
I think if we, advertise, not really advertise, but, tell the players that play on the 1.8 server, hey, we have this, what's the word? The word is a thing. Oh, we have this other server that is open 24/7, like this one, and if you want to come be a part of this community as well, you can. But it's the same community either way. So,
Yes, that's the thing. So we keep everyone interested around those that like the stability we've got on 1.7. We get the new players that want 1.8. I know a few people wanted to migrate. Most won't move. Most will stick here because they've got their buildings, their supplies, and everything. But it helps to keep everyone happy. And I think it's a fair compromise to everyone.
I think Doc is going to have fun punching trees again.
I've got a
Yeah,
question
that's
for
the
you, Doc.
thing. Remember early on,
Yeah, that's
No,
going to be a
go
thing
ahead.
that happens. I still like
Yeah, I
Sal's
wasn't even around
idea.
for that.
I liked Sal's idea. We have CAG write a program called CAG-IT. Works with all the plugins.
That would be way cool.
Knowing CAG,
our
he would
own
do something
custom
like that
server.
because it's CAG.
But then
I've
we
got a
might get
question for you,
DMCA.
Doc. If there was enough interest in it, would you consider either a Tekkit or a Hexit server? Like depending
At some
on
point-
server growth and how the
Well,
1.8 server goes?
it's still my point to launch. I talked about it before. A second modded server to allow new options, either exec or something else. There are so many options. The point is that got delayed because of the updating to 1.7 first. Then came all the troubles with related bucket and lawyers and stuff, which means that all those mods, some will get migrated over to whatever replaces bucket, some won't. So it's a bit of on a hold for now because I don't know what will be available in the midterm, and my topmost priority right now is to create the new server so people can jump over right away. But is there the possibility for modded server with new game modes and stuff? Yes, definitely much. I want to do that eventually.
Oh yeah, modded
Okay.
Minecraft is definitely something I enjoy myself, and I think that'll just be a whole new community in itself. You know, that we can just add and grow with.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's another crowd of players entirely. We just need to keep the current player base happy, add some people with the new versions, then we can move on to modded to make sure that we don't run out of players and we don't end up too spread out either.
Well,
The only thing is, I know there's really no way to add like Tekkit and Hexit worlds to a bucket or a regular or a vanilla server. So like our chat wouldn't all be in the same place, and that would make me sad. I'd want to keep the community where like even if we're not playing in the same place, I want to talk to people. I love talking to people. So
Yeah,
that's
I was-
maybe sometime
and
in
I
the
were
future
talking
that would
about
be
that.
possible.
Doc and I were talking about that just the other day. I don't know which day, but yeah, the chat. If that could connect between two different servers, that would be amazing.
Yeah,
There
that's the
might be
plan.
ways
As
to do
soon
it.
as if they are, I haven't found any yet. But I definitely want to keep the communication channels open as much as possible. It won't be possible early on with the 1.8, but as soon as there's an option available, I'm jumping over and integrating it, definitely.
I wonder if there's a way through IRC to do that. I mean, because if you're in IRC, you see the chat. So what if you... I don't know. There's probably no way to do it yet, but I mean, that might be the key to it. Like separate servers connected through something like that.
there is actually like an IRC mod for Forge that, you know, if we do a modded server or a 1.8 server, because Forge has been updated to 1.8, I do believe. Let me check on that.
Well, I know Sponge is going to be working through Forge, aren't they? When they do
Yeah,
the Sponge
that's
stuff, it's...
well. There's some the planning stages, but yes, but for now the main plan is to use Forge as a basis for work. So whatever options I've labeled now for Forge might be available for Sponge and later versions.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Forge has been updated with at least a pre-release for 1.8.
Oh, Sponge have no code available yet. Forge and Spigot have been working on compatibility acts and stuff, but there's no official version release, even in a pre-release or beta version yet. It's way too early.
Yeah, I think there.
See,
yeah, there is a Forge
we didn't
for 1.8.
get- Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, go for it.
We didn't get into that, but I think Mojang is actually who screwed up here. Like, just my opinion, because they should have been a lot more transparent about it. They should have told the people working with Bucket that they'd bought it, because basically they were working and thinking it was still like no one had bought it, and they were working for free. And that's just, they should have known who they were working for, you know? Because once it turned into a corporation, that's something totally different.
Well, even on the forums for Mojang, I was reading, and it said we don't own Bucket. Well, we own Bucket, but it's not going to be the official API. We're going to let them update it and work for it. And I think that's really where they went wrong.
Yeah, because
Well-
they own it, and they were still working on it, but technically Mojang could have made all the choices. Like, that's totally unfair. They should have told them who they were working for.
Yeah, Mojang was just like, it's ours, but we're not gonna endorse it. We're not gonna say, we're not gonna make it official. Oh
yeah,
God.
They were just really secretive about it, and that's mad sketchy. You shouldn't be like that.
So, quick intervention from Sven. What's Notch's
Oh, I
favorite
saw that.
party game? Mojanga.
guys, did you
Okay,
ever
that's
take-
a slow clap.
Yeah.
Oh man, did you guys ever take the Minecraft survey? Like,
I don't
what
think I
did
did.
you guys say? Oh man, there's like 2 questions. One of the things is like, what's under Notch's hat?
Oh God.
And
What
I
is
can't
it?
remember what I said. No, there's not a specific answer. Just people were saying absurd things. Like, I think I
have to
said his
Google it.
hair because I didn't understand. But then there was another question, what's in Jeb's ponytail? And I also said
Oh.
hair, and I just didn't get the jokes, I guess, at the time.
Apparently,
what
it's
did
a
you guys
baby
say?
ocelot.
There's a big.
what?
No, we call those ocelotls. Baby ocelots are ocelotls.
You know what? You're gonna call them baby ocelotls. I'm gonna call them freaking cats.
They're so cute. They're adorable.
There we
And
go again.
I wanted like a baby ocelot as a pet. I didn't want a baby cat. I wanted it to look like the ocelots. But when you tame them, they change, and I was so sad.
Yeah, even the cats don't keep the ocelots, even as babies, they don't keep their appearance as soon as you switch them over. So that's not an option, unfortunately.
Oh, Sven built the
That makes me
campfire. Woo!
Yeah, I saw that. Sven
Yeah, and he
built us a
almost burned
campfire.
down everything.
Yeah, that sounds like a thing Sven would do. So, I think we got off topic again.
Dude,
We're
it
good at that.
happens. It happens.
Sorta.
But you know that's okay. So that's all
Well,
I
how
have
about hey?
on the list. So if,
Well, Doc didn't tell us about the Wither event. I wasn't there. I want to know how it went.
Oh, weather event last weekend. I put a recap on the website, but if you're curious, it ended up with about 11 or 12 people lining up to fight withers on a one-on-one basis.
I lost.
So it was bring your own gear, bring your own potions or whatever, and kill or be killed.
I got killed.
So
out of-
basically, everything that Scree arranges, kill or die. So basically, you're gonna die.
Yeah, basically, because out of 12 people or so, only 3 won and managed to kill the withers.
I actually
3
have it.
people? I thought it was 2.
No, 3. It was me, Unknown Entity, and Da Best Gamer.
Oh,
Wow.
right. Okay, yeah.
Yep, only 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's pretty awesome.
The-
what was
the-
the prize for that?
another
You
star.
kept the Nether Star itself that you may get to keep.
Oh, that's awesome. And you didn't have to gather any of the skulls, so that's actually pretty neat.
Yeah, it's a fair
That's
trade,
cool.
and you could even if you participated but didn't win the competition, you still got, what was it, 5 iron
5 iron
blocks or
blocks.
something?
I never
5
got my
stacks?
5 iron blocks.
Sure.
Scree said to go to him if you haven't got him.
I had to
Yeah,
get
he
off
did.
before it ended.
Oh.
Alright, well, you
Yeah,
should talk to Scree. He's really fair about that kind of stuff. He'll probably give them to you.
yeah.
Beat him up.
Yeah, I'm sure
Mug
of
him.
it.
He's
Don't beat up
probably
Scree.
gone to. He's probably gone to bed.
Screeble.
Yeah, he left over an hour ago.
No,
Oh,
well,
well.
he's
You
still
know,
in
come up-
IRC.
And you is confirming it was 5 iron blocks.
Yeah, I
Yep.
did. I didn't get him. Mikey didn't get his iron blocks. I'll put that in chat.
That's so sad.
I didn't get my 5 iron blocks. In other news, I upgraded my iron farm yesterday and it went bad. I died every 5 minutes.
Wow.
That's the point where you give a
there's-
thumbs up and good job.
Yeah, and then
There's-
the last time I died, I fell on the very edge, right next to the water, and So all my stuff fell in the water, and it flowed down the water chamber and went into lava.
Ooh.
Oh,
I was so upset, but I
That
got all
sucks.
my stuff
That's-
made again, so it's
That's
okay.
insult to injury.
Yeah.
Townsend has used to have like heinous iron golems because we had like a little we had a villager area that I made. It seriously looked like a concentration camp. It was really bad.
Oh my
I felt
god.
like
It does.
Are we
it
gonna?
does. There's 4 tiny little houses and like this awful hovel, but they were glitching out of it. So like the golems were like outside of it, and they kept accidentally getting hurt. And I guess the game thought that we were hitting them, even though we weren't. So like you just walk around Townsend, minding your own business, working on your house, which is what I was doing, and then smash in the face by an iron golem. And
Oh,
it was
yeah,
like,
that-
bro, I didn't even do anything to you. They were all hopped up on steroids and crazy.
Oh yeah, that happens to me all the time. You know, I get a lot of comments because sometimes my golems just fly out of the kill chamber. Well, they don't fly out, but they spawn out of the area, and so I died a lot, and I still die a lot, and so I get a lot of in Soviet Russia puns. Iron farm you, and I'm just like, oh my god, you guys need to stop. It's mostly
There's,
Andrew that says it.
In one of my favorite movies is called Repo. There's actually a character called Guy Who Dies a Lot.
Oh, that would be me.
Because they kill him and then he plays another character who dies. Like it happens a bunch of different times. So his
It's like
name is
Kenny
Guy
from
Who Dies a
South
Lot.
Park.
And if I'd known about that, I totally would have made it my Minecraft name. Or like Girl Who Dies a Lot. So I've always thought that was a cool idea. I want that to be somebody's Minecraft name.
I think whenever when name changes come, that's gonna be my second name.
Go for it.
Yeah, it would be
Or,
appropriate for you, Rose, considering how many tombstones you've got in Townsend Cemetery.
Oh my god. Yeah, I think more than half of the tombstones are mine. It's really funny because like Sue has sat next to me before when I've gone through like a stage of dying over and over again, and I invent new cuss words as I go.
Oh yeah,
and
I
they
do
just get
too.
really terrible. Like,
Oh.
and they're yeah.
Sometimes
yeah,
I say them in
Sue just
chat.
laughs at me. See, I try not to curse in chat anymore. I used to do that a lot, or like way back when, but I try not to
Yeah.
now.
Sven says you have like 6 gravestones in the graveyard.
Oh my god, an absurd amount. It's really, it's just great. It is just ridiculous.
But I finally hit 600 deaths. I finally hit 600 deaths, and I'm kind of proud of that.
You
That
do
is
realize
not a
it's
thing.
not an achievement.
What?
Yeah,
I
mean,
think there needs
Wait,
to
well,
be an
well-
achievement for getting like 12,000 deaths.
at the rate that Andrew dies, like you'd think it was an achievement.
Oh yeah, Doc, you know what to do.
No, because some people just get pissed off at the death achievement already have set, like die from falling 5 times. So I don't think that adding a requirement to kill yourself like 1,000 times will go very well with some people.
Yeah, people will be pissy about that.
I
You know
think
what?
Andrew could
I
get
feel
it
like-
naturally.
I think Andrew
bet Frog-
kills himself a lot of times on purpose because he like brags about his death number.
Even you is like, no, don't do that. Don't. So when the op
Yeah, no,
says
but-
nope, I guess that's a nope.
Yeah, no,
Everybody
not a good
needs-
idea, I think.
Are you gonna
Anybody
add any
keep
more
talking.
achievements, Doc, or is that kind of over?
No, I was planning to add at least 50 more once 1.8 hit, because since the game adds new options and new blocks and stuff, makes it easier to add new achievements related to those. But of course, like everything else 1.8, it's delayed because the server won't update for probably a few months. So that's kind of on hold right now, but I totally want to add at least 50 more down the line.
Sven
Okay.
says.
Do you know what?
Oh.
No, you can talk first.
Sven says sometimes I see Frog pulling off some crazy magic where she racks up a kill streak by suicide. It's really fun to watch.
Oh, you mean Frog Deck? That's a girl? I did not know Frog Deck was a girl. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Um.
Yep.
I'm not gonna.
Wow.
Never mind.
It's really nice that there are more girls on the server now. Like, I remember when I first started, it was like me, and at the time, Ash wasn't very active. So, like, for a while, I was kind of the only girl for a big portion of time, and it was weird. It was because everybody thought I was a boy, because apparently Maximum Rose is, like, people ignore the Rose part and just see Maximum, and I kind of talk like a guy, so that happened a lot. But then it was like, yay, there's more females, let's talk about shoes.
You
I'm kidding,
shoes.
that never happened. Yeah.
Frog kills herself using TNT. Good job, Yui.
Kaboom.
Why?
What else do girls talk about? We just talk about shoes.
Well, sometimes they talk about things that we can't talk about on stream.
I'm not going there.
Yeah, why you gotta go there? The rest of us can't follow you if you go there. Don't go
I
there.
didn't go
Come
there.
back.
I said we can't talk about it.
You went there. You went there. You pointed at it, and then you walked back. Like, that's not.
It's like whenever I see a cat, I just like walk up and then point, laugh, and leave.
I'm
Especially
sure
my
the cat
cat.
doesn't appreciate that. Oh my god.
The
That is
cat
so rude, the
appreciates
cat.
it.
Oh my god. You're probably killing your cat's self-esteem. Your cat probably looks in the mirror and goes, "What's wrong with me? Why did
You see,
act?"
son, when a man loves a woman, trails off. Thank you, Sven. Thank you for that.
I've had friends where this isn't naughty. I mean, it has a potential to be, but it isn't. Like, my friends, if I walk really quietly, so my friends would be like, "Oh my god, where did you come from?" And I'll be like, "Well, when a mommy and a daddy really love each other."
Oh yeah, I do that
and
too.
but that's where you're supposed to cut me off. And if my friends don't cut me off, I have an issue. So I have to continue, and I like start getting ridiculous. Like, they call the store.
Inappropriate conversation.
No. They call the store and make an appointment to order a big baby eBay. And at this point, if my friends don't stop me, like, it just gets even more. And I just, like, so just so you guys know, if I start that, you have to stop me. Please.
Usually,
Because I don't have
whenever-
anywhere to go.
Usually when I start something like that, it usually goes, when two turtles love each other very much, and then I just stop after that.
Turtle.
See, like,
I
I
like
can't
turtles.
unless somebody stops me. I like turtles.
There's a turtle video on the internet.
Oh, so you guys know Mormon Moo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we gonna talk about Mormon Jesus again?
Yes. Well, it has to do with turtles. That's why I'm bringing it up. There's a version of Alice in
Turtles have to do with
Wonderland.
what?
You'll say, okay, so there's a version of Alice in Wonderland with Gene Wilder where he plays a turtle and he sings about turtle soup, and it's extremely creepy. And Matt was trying to study at my house, and he kept like turning on Minecraft. So every time he did that, I rewound the video and started playing this creepy song. So whenever he's studying now, he starts like muttering the song. So like
Oh my
turtles, massively creepy. Bring them up to Mormon Moo, and he'll just like yell at you. You should bring that up to him.
That sounds like a great time and stuff I can mess with people about.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing to mess with him about. It's hysterical. And especially do that if I'm with him in real life, because like the stream of loud curses and noises that come out of his face is just phenomenal.
Sven just sent a link in the chat, so now I have to look at this. Also, just so you know, we have been live almost an hour. Let's clap on that.
Wow. Woohoo.
Woo.
I'm not gonna
Like
clap because it's gonna explode my microphone.
Might go boom. Oh god, it just got really awkwardly silent.
I think we're about
um,
ready to close off, that means.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
I think-
we've talked about everything I've had, plus some more. So I think that's a good time to end. Do you guys agree with that?
I agree. I mean, I think
I
we
su-
hit all the points we were trying to.
Yep. So
And
I
then
support
some.
the motion.
yep. So I'm gonna ask you
I'm
guys
so
to.
emotional.
I'm going to play the closing song. I'm gonna ask you guys to mute your mics. But thank you guys for all the for watching. We really appreciate you guys coming out and seeing us for our first episode of the Creepers Lab podcast. It means a lot to us that you support us like this. So I'm gonna play the ending song, which also comes from Zircon. So thank you again to him for our music, and that's gonna be all for tonight. We'll see you guys next time. And music is going, if I can find the right song, now.
Good night, everyone.
Night, everybody.
Night.
Bye. I've been Fish.